I woke up to the sound of chewing. Not normal chewing, like when someone eats food. This was wet, heavy, like something biting into raw meat. At first, I thought it was an animal, maybe a dog. But then I heard breathing. Human breathing. Slow, deep breaths, like someone enjoying their meal. I didn't move. My heart was pounding. The air in the hut was thick with the smell of blood. I wanted to turn my head, just a little, to see what was happening. But something told me not to. Something told me if I moved, I would not wake up again. This is the story of the village witch and her daughters. This is the story of how my village almost disappeared. Everyone knew about Mama Ajua. She lived at the edge of the village, near the thickest part of the forest, in a hut made of bones and mud. People whispered that she was older than she looked, that she had been here before any of our grandfathers were born. No one went near her unless they had to. Her daughters, Nola and Nia, were beautiful, but no one wanted them. Their beauty was strange. Their smiles were too sharp, their eyes too dark. The elders warned the young men, but some still went near them, drawn in like flies to rotten fruit. Those men never returned. At first, people thought maybe they had left the village. Maybe they had gone to another town for work, for adventure. But then the disappearances started happening more often. Not just men, but children, livestock, even old women. People vanished in the night, without a sound. And in the morning, there was always a trail of blood leading to the forest. One night, my uncle, Kofi, decided he had had enough. He was the strongest hunter in our village, and he did not believe in curses or witches. He took his spear and torch and marched straight to Mama Ajua's hut. We never saw him again. But that night, we all heard the screaming. Fear took over the village. People locked their doors before the sun set. No one spoke of the missing. The chief called a meeting, but no one had a solution. No one wanted to be next. Then one day, a stranger came. He was an old man, with tired eyes and a walking stick carved with strange symbols. He listened to our story, nodding. Then he said something that made my blood go cold. "You have already been eaten." We did not understand what he meant. But he explained. The witch does not just kill. She takes. She takes their skin, their voices, their faces. They are here, among you, wearing the bodies of those you love. No one wanted to believe him. But then he told us to light a fire in the middle of the village. He told us to bring everyone, every man, woman, and child, and stand them near the flames. We did as he asked. And that is when we saw the truth. The fire flickered strangely around some of us. Shadows twisted in ways they shouldn't. And when the old man began to chant, some people started screaming. Their voices changed. Their skin melted like wax, revealing something underneath. Something wrong. Mama Ajua's daughters had been walking among us for weeks, wearing the skins of our friends. Smiling. Watching. Waiting. The old man acted fast. He threw some powder into the fire, and it exploded into blue flames. The creatures shrieked. Their skin burned. They tried to run, but the villagers, now awake to the horror, did not let them. The fire swallowed them whole. By morning, nothing remained of Mama Ajua's daughters but ash. We burned her hut that same day. For a week, the village smelled of smoke and rot. But the disappearances stopped. The blood trails were gone. Life moved on, as it always does. But I still wake up in the night sometimes, sweating, heart racing. Because I remember that sound, the wet, heavy chewing. And I wonder, who did I hear that night? And were they really gone?